Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to do a different type of video. If you don't know by now, and if you haven't followed me for a while, you don't probably know that I'm posting up like Disney World videos from my past, from when I was a kid or from when I was in my 20s. There's one from 1988 and one from 2003. So if you're a huge Disneyland fan or Disney World fan and want to see what the parks were like back, and they're not much difference. They're still as crowded because I went on the holiday seasons, and on those seasons, that's when they were really crowded. Well, I am in a very big depression right now, and I really need to go. And I don't know when I'm gonna go. I probably won't be going for the next 2 years maybe, but I am still planning a trip either way. And I thought to myself, well, if I'm gonna plan this for something that I don't even know if I'll be doing anytime soon, why not put this out and give it to people that maybe want to plan a trip to Disney World or Disneyland, one or the other, because I'm going to do all six of their major theme parks in North America, which would be Disneyland in California, Disneyland's California Adventure, also in California, obviously, and then the four theme parks in Florida, which are Disney World, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. The only park that I haven't been to. That one and California's Adventure are the only two I haven't been to. So there's a very big reason for both places why I need to go. One, I need to go try out California Adventure in California because Adventure's campus is over there. I need to go to Florida to try out Animal Kingdom. And I need to go to either one to try out Star Wars Galaxy's Edge because I still haven't been there either. The last time I've been to a park was actually in Disneyland, California, back in 2007. Me and my brothers went down there and we saw these two theme parks right beside each other, Disneyland or California Adventure. And at the time, I think California Adventure was like struggling. And because, yeah, when you look at it, just look, you see a merry-go-round or whatever, the Ferris wheel, and you're thinking to yourself, it just looks like an average theme park. But Disneyland is like the cool place, right? So let's go there. And so we did, and we had a great time, I remember. And that was the original park. I didn't think about it at the time, but now looking back at retrospect, back in 2007 when we went, it was like, oh wow, that's right, that was the original park. That's where it all started. So it's kind of, I wish I could go again just to like absorb that idea that, hey, this is the place, man. This is where Walt Disney was at himself and built it from the ground up. It's pretty interesting to think about the history of that. And I know a lot of Disney purists really love that park more than the one in Florida, mostly more than Magic Kingdom, mostly because it feels more lived in, from what a lot of people say. That's something that I heard a lot in other videos on YouTube and podcasts, because I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about Disney World and Disneyland recently from hardcore Disneyland fans, and lots of Florida videos. I mean, lots of Disney World videos as well, both on YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. I thought it would be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna list out the 10 rides that I think I would really want to see if I'm at one of these parks. And today we're gonna start off with Disneyland, because that's the first one. So you gotta start with the original one, right? So let's get right into it. First of all, if I'm gonna go down there, obviously I want to be at one of the resorts, right? If I'm gonna go down to Disneyland, California, I'm gonna take a hotel for 1 week. Just to be able to absorb the whole, because the resort experience is just as good as the parks. I'm gonna pick either the Disneyland Hotel or Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel. There was another one, I think it was called the Disneyland Hotel and Spa Resort. That one was the most expensive of the three, so I said, no, thank you. And so I think either these two that I just mentioned first would be the two that I would stay at. Now, what are the 10 rides that I feel I need to go on? Now, I am going to do this in the order that I would go through the lands, except for one, and I would start off with Galaxy's Edge, mostly because I heard for Ride of the Resistance, you have to queue your spot in the ride, which I think is stupid. And I hear it's actually pretty hard. Good thing about this, though, is I'm planning on going on a month where it's not too busy, so that way I can guarantee my spot on a hopefully guarantee my spot on a ride. I heard it's almost like winning the lottery, which if it's that hard to get on a ride, that they have to find another way, because someone like me who's going to from Canada to the US to try out Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, something that I might not get the chance after this again. I want to guarantee my spot. So Disney, you better plan something quick to help me with this, because I don't want to leave Disneyland disappointed, like a lot of kids. I will be a 5-year-old kid. I will turn into a 5-year-old kid and start a tantrum if I don't get on Ride of the Resistance. So figure it out. I don't want to be the next John Campea, and he lives in California. He has no excuse. Me, I live in Canada. The next time I probably go to Disneyland after this will probably be another 10 years when I'm 50 years old. So come on, get your acts together. Find a way to get rid of the queue and just have people go in when they can. I don't know how you spread it out. Just figure it out. With that being said, yes, I tried to queue in my spot at Star Wars Ride of the Resistance. And maybe while I'm at Galaxy's Edge, from what I understand, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, you do not have to wait. Now, after that, the rest of the rides I'm going to go through the map way of doing things. I would probably go to Indiana Jones Adventure next in Adventureland, because that's one of the first I guess all the areas lead to the central hub, but Adventureland is like one of the first ones you can turn into, I think on the left. And then, yeah, Indiana Jones Adventure. I went on that the last time I was in Disneyland, and I remember thinking to myself, holy cow, this ride is awesome. Why doesn't Florida have this one? Because the theme park I used to go to the most was the one in Florida, and in Florida they had the stunt show Indiana Jones thing. And I was like, man, I'd rather have this ride in Florida more than the stunt show. I like the stunt show, but I feel like once you see it once or twice, it's like, okay, I saw it. Like, I don't know if it's a thing that I need to go on again next time. But the Indiana Jones like adventure ride, it's like that's the one that I want to go on again, because that was a lot of fun. And I heard there's a ride in Epcot that has a similar layout, which I might have to try also. So, but I'll get to that theme park when I get there. Moving on to New Orleans Square, I have Pirates of the Caribbean up next. You got to have a couple of classic rides on this list, and I feel like Pirates of the Caribbean is a must ride for either theme parks, because it's also at Florida, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I have not yet seen the Jack Sparrow upgrade. I know they added like Jack Sparrow and some of the other characters, like Davy Jones or Barbossa is now part of the rides as well. I haven't seen those upgrades yet. The last time I was on a Pirates of the Caribbean ride was in 2007. That was the year they were already installing that into those rides. So yeah, I didn't get the chance to see, or at least I don't remember seeing Jack Sparrow on that ride. I think they added him to the ride in 2011 when the fourth film came out. So that's why I didn't get to see him. I think 2007 was when At World's End came out, I believe. So yeah, that's most likely the reason why. After that, staying in New Orleans Square, I would go to the Haunted Mansion ride. Again, another classic, and one that I would love to revisit again, because it just looks like a cool ride. Even when I'm watching it on YouTube, I'm like, there's some rides on YouTube that like, oh yeah, this looks cool. I gotta go on this again. Then there's some rides that look so cool, the YouTube videos don't do it justice. I feel like Haunted Mansion is definitely... I think the YouTube videos do kind of do a little bit of justice, but it's always 10 times better once you're actually there. And the way they make it look like a haunted mansion from the outside, and when you go in, the illusion of it not being a ride, it's like amazing, because when you look at it from Google Earth or any map, whatever, you see how the ride is actually constructed into a building, and you realize the building is so much bigger than you realize. And it's like, wow, man, that the magic of Disney. So yes, Haunted Mansion is definitely a classic. I would love to go on again. After that, we would go to Critter Country, and I would go on Splash Mountain. I think I'm not just trying to think of these rides for myself, because it would be me, my parents, and my brothers, and one of my brother's wives. One of my brothers is married. Well, he's not officially married yet, but they're going to be next year. So hopefully by the time we go, maybe they'll be married, maybe they won't be yet. But so I'm trying to think of rides, not just for myself, because there would be a couple of kiddie rides maybe that I would like to try if I could. But Splash Mountain, I think, is a fun one for the the young adult group that we would be, right? Me, my brothers, and the sister-in-law. We would go on it. The parents, I can see them staying outside and being like, okay, you guys go on. We'll just wait here and look at the scenery. So, yeah, Splash Mountain is definitely one that we would go on. Another one, then we would go to Frontierland, and we would go on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Yeah, because I remember going on that one last time when we were in Florida and really enjoying it. So I think we would enjoy it again here. And I hear a lot of people talk about it still, so it seems... I don't like the roller coasters that go too fast and too crazy. I know my brother's wife does, or fiance. So I don't know. I think that one's one that I wouldn't mind going on anyways, again. There was another one I didn't have on this list. The bobsled one. I must have... Oh, no, I do have it. I'll get there in a bit. So after that, we would go to Fantasyland. And there is a show that I would like to see. Mickey and the Magical Lamp. I actually did watch this show on YouTube, and I said, man, I would love to see this in person, because it does look like a great magical show. I do love Disney music, of course, and the illusion of Mickey going into a map, that looks pretty cool on a stage show kind of thing. And that's the great thing about their shows, is like it's super entertaining. It's like a magic show come to life. So the way they do things, although I have seen a video where that show did break down as well, or not break down, but it's like they had a little bit of technical issues and they had to stop the show early because stuff got messed up. It was funny. But hopefully that doesn't happen when I'm there, because I would love to see the show in its full glory. So after that, staying in Fantasyland for the last two, Alice in Wonderland. I saw this ride on YouTube. I saw all of these on YouTube. That's all I've been binging for the last 2 months. Alice in Wonderland does look like one of those family rides that I would definitely want to go on and try at least once. I do like the idea of it going outside, so that's why I would really want to go on that. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Alice in Wonderland, I would like to try that ride out. After that, I would pick the Matterhorn bobsleds, mostly because Alice in Wonderland and the Matterhorn ride are both near each other, very close to each other, I noticed on the map. So I would just go... It could switch around depending on what the lineups are on both of them, but definitely Matterhorn bobsleds. From what I heard, the ride feels like it's a little loose because they actually feel like bobsleds. I haven't heard anybody dying on them, so hopefully it will be an okay ride. And that's it. Those are the top 10, guys. Those are the 10 rides that I have on my list. I actually had a list of 20 rides, but if I had to cut it down, because I don't know if I'll have time to do all of them. But yeah, like the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan's Flight, Pinocchio's Daring Adventure, Autopia, Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, Space Mountain was one that I had on here also, Jungle Cruise, of course. Space Mountain, people are going to probably be surprised because it's like the one of the top 5 roller coasters in the world, according to a lot of sources. But it is way too fast, and I'm scared that I might. No, I don't know, but it looks like a ride that I might get nervous on. And look, it's probably fun. I went on the Rock and Roller Coaster on Hollywood Studios. If I can survive that, I know I'll be okay. I just don't like those kind of rides. Okay, I don't like the super fast roller coaster rides. I know lots of people love them. That's great. I don't know. Unless someone convinces me while we're there, come on, David, we got to try Space Mountain. Then fine, I'll go on Space Mountain. But if it's a ride that I had to choose, this is my list, I think Space Mountain, I put in the honorable mentions. So that way, if we do these 10 rides first and there's still more time after, because I don't have no Tomorrowland rides on here. And there were a couple, I think Autopia and Space Mountain. I believe Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters is also in Tomorrowland. That one looks fun because you get to shoot things, so it's more interactive. But yeah, you know what? These ones, the 10 that I mentioned here, I think are the ones that I really want to go on. And if you guys are people that want to use this as your trip to Disneyland too, maybe these are 10 rides that you want to try out, feel free and use the list. You don't have to do them in this order, but maybe there are rides that you want to check out too that, hey, yeah, you know what? This looks fun. So with that being said, guys, I hope you can like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. I also want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. These Patreon supporters are people that help support the channel. They are people that want to help me grow and are supporting it with their wallets. So thank you very much. There's a $5 tier and a $10 tier. Both of them are pretty much the exact same thing, except $10. If you are able to be a little bit more generous, it would be very much appreciated. I do want to grow this channel. I do want to focus more time and energy on it, but that can only happen if you know, I have enough to afford paying my bills at the same time and all that, and giving more to this channel as well. So but like I said, it can only happen if I get more support. Then one day I can leave, let's say, a place I'm working at right now to give more time and energy to this place. So you can go to patreon.com/David Jordeo if you want. And yeah, if you can, if you're generous, or if you have enough financial stuff to offer, it would be very much appreciated. And I appreciate these 4 great people supporting me right now. Thank you very much, guys and girls. if yeah, I know there's one. So thank you very much, and your support is very much appreciated. Thank you. Now I can end this video and say, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You know, watching these videos, they help grow this channel too. Liking every video also helps. And spread the links around. You know, if you know people that want to check out these, you know, people that like Disneyland or Disney World, I'm gonna make the other parks too. I just decided to start off with Disneyland first. Give them this link. Maybe, you know, people that are planning a trip and want to go somewhere, maybe they don't know what rides to go on. This is a great link for them, hopefully, and will help them plan out their trip a little bit better. I'll be doing the other parks too, like I said, so keep on the lookout for that. I don't know when I'm gonna do them. When I have time, that's when I'll do these videos, because Sundays is when I'm gonna be doing my What's on Disney Plus this week videos. I want to make it a weekly thing. These park videos will be random. They'll come eventually, but they might not. They'll be spread out more, or maybe in more, who knows. So just keep out on the lookout for that, especially if you are a fan of the Disney parks. With that being said, until next time, everybody, take care.